Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
New at noon, police need your help finding this man. He's missing. He is 69-year-old Gregory Taylor. He was last seen near West Hildebrand and San Pedro Avenue.
Officers tell us he does have a medical condition, so they really want to locate him. As you can see, he wears glasses. He is right-handed. If you can help police find him, you're asked to call SAPD at 210-207-7660.
What may have begun with a bad dream has now become a real nightmare for a local man.
San Antonio police say he accidentally shot himself while still in bed. It happened on the west side of town. As Katrina Weber reports, police believe he was startled in his sleep.
This is one man's waking nightmare. Police and paramedics rushed to his aid after he suffered a gunshot wound in his leg. Officers say he had been asleep inside this van parked near Enrique Barrera Parkway and South Acme Road. He told them something startled him around 7 this morning, apparently causing him to wake up and grab for his gun. Then it went off. Initially, police thought his wound wasn't serious, but paramedics checked him out and felt otherwise, calling it life-threatening. Police say they're still investigating the shooting, but right now it doesn't look like anything criminal happened. They say they're not looking for anyone else. Right now, it looks like this was just an accident. Based on what they saw here, police also believe the man had been living out of both the van and camper. They say he had 3 dogs living with him. Officers plan to call in animal care services to help with the pets, in the hope that the animal's owner will heal and return to them. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
We're going to take a look outside with live cam. Very cloudy out there. 62 degrees, though, warming up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing peaks of sunshine through those clouds as well. So that'll help us get up to near 70 degrees this afternoon. Let's start with a look of the satellite right now and temperatures. Anywhere you see the darker color, that's where we're seeing some sun through those clouds. It's 63 now in San Antonio, 60 in Seguin, 64 in New Braunfels, 62 in Hondo, and 66 in Devine. This afternoon, we should be near 70 here in San Antonio, but still in the upper 60s across the hill country. It'll be 68 in Kerrville, but 73 around San Antonio, mid-70s for Pleasanton and Floresville this afternoon. Winds are starting to pick up. We're seeing a sustained wind from the southeast at about 15 miles per hour here around San Antonio, and that wind is going to be a big story in the coming days. In fact, tonight and tomorrow, we'll have wind gusts of up to 30+ miles per hour, so make sure to secure any lightweight outdoor furniture. We'll also have a little bit of drizzle tonight. Now, very low rainfall accumulation, less than 1/10 of an inch, but enough to create some damp spots out there, especially into the hill country. But another big story this week, big temperature swings. We'll be seeing nearly 30-degree temperature drop from Wednesday into Thursday, even a light freeze possible on Friday morning. So a lot to unpack in the forecast. I'll have these details in a few minutes. Ursula, David.
Thank you, Sarah. A woman shot by someone in the shoulder while she was riding in a car near downtown by Travis Park. San Antonio police say that the woman and a driver were on the highway near East Martin and Taylor Streets just before 3 in the morning. And that's when someone fired bullets at their car, hitting the woman. She was taken to the hospital with a gunshot wound, but she is expected to be okay.
A Super Bowl party ends with a person shot on San Antonio's west side overnight. It happened just after 11 last night near West Cesar Chavez and San Luis. San Antonio police say officers found a man on the ground with a gunshot wound on his leg. They also found a gun nearby. Police say it happened during what appeared to be a backyard cookout. There were several people there at the time. However, police have not arrested anyone so far. The man was taken to the hospital but expected to be okay.
The work week is off to a busy start for road crews, construction projects all around town. Traffic Authority Stephen Cavazos has a look at all the potential trouble spots you might run into and how you can get around them.
Happy Monday. The road work will continue in and around the Alamo City as we get closer to March, but let's get through February 1st, right? Let's take a look at what's taking place here along Loop 410 on the west side of San Antonio. We have barrier work that has been ongoing for quite a while, but this will continue on Monday, February 13th. Wrap on Valentine's Day. It is overnight, so watch out. 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning. That's where we're going to see a single southbound main lane closure right there from Medina Base Road to Ray Ellison Boulevard. Let's take a jump over here to Loop 1604 on the north central side of San Antonio. We have gas utility work that's been ongoing as well. Starts on Monday, February 13th and should wrap on Friday. So this will take us to the end of the week. Expect to see this work begin overnight at around 8 in the evening, and hopefully this will wrap before the commute really gets going around 5:30 in the morning. Expect to see a westbound frontage road right lane full closure right there at Rogers Ranch Parkway. All right, one last look here. 281 asphalt work continues on Wednesday, February 15th. Should wrap on Friday, February 17th. It starts at 9 in the morning and should end around 3 in the afternoon. We'll see alternating lane closures in both directions right there at Overlook Parkway. But get in the know before you go. Scan the QR code that's now on your screen. That will take you directly to our KSAT traffic page. Has a full list of all the closures that are current and that could impact your commute.
There's some people looking for folks who are ready to get their hands dirty. It will make the Alamo City sparkle, though. How you can get involved, still ahead.
And you just thought the football season was over after last night's Super Bowl. Well, we are just getting started with San Antonio's team. More on the opening weekend of the XFL coming up in sports.
They are unknown objects in the sky, but they are not necessarily UFOs. What government officials have learned about these things so far.
There are growing concerns about what's flying overhead after the U.S. shot down another unmanned aircraft over Lake Huron, Michigan. This was the third unidentified object taken out of North America in 3 days and the fourth in just over a week.
ABC's Justin Finch explains what makes these latest objects a little bit different from that alleged Chinese spy balloon that was shot down last week.
The U.S. military investigating and working to recover those high-altitude unknown objects shot down by missiles launched by fighter jets over the weekend, 3 of them taken down in just 3 days.
We have been more closely scrutinizing our airspace at these altitudes, including enhancing our radar, which may at least partly explain the increase in objects that we've detected over the past week.
Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan, where one of the objects was shot down over Lake Huron Sunday.
This is not, some faraway thing.
A senior Biden administration official describing that object as octagonal in shape, unmanned, and flying near sensitive sites with an altitude of 20,000 feet, posing a risk to civilian aircraft. That same object was first spotted Saturday over Montana. After it reappeared on radar, President Biden ordering it shot down out of an abundance of caution and at the recommendation of military leaders. That coming just 24 hours after another object was tracked over Canada's Yukon territory, Biden and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau agreeing it should be shot down.
This is something that NORAD and Canada and the United States are taking extremely seriously.
And yet another high-altitude object was shot down Friday off the Alaskan coast. That makes 3 more incidents since the takedown of that Chinese spy balloon off the South Carolina coast on February 4th. And a senior U.S. official tells ABC News none of those latest objects appear to have had payloads and are much smaller than that Chinese spy balloon. Efforts are now underway to recover that surveillance balloon off the coast of South Carolina and other objects that were shot down, which a senior U.S. official tells ABC are believed to have been weather balloons. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Outside with live cam weather, kind of like that Ferris wheel at the stock show and rodeo at the carnival, just goes up and down.
Yeah, up and down. Up and down. And we're going to have winds as a factor over the coming days for us. It's starting really tonight. Let's take a look at the aquifer. The aquifer is down 0.3 of a foot over the past 24 hours. Unfortunately, the aquifer continues to be some 30 feet below the monthly average for February. Now, here's some good news. Pollen count, molds are low, and ash is low. Those are the only 2 allergens out there. That's 2 days in a row that we haven't seen any mountain cedar in the pollen count, and mountain cedar season usually comes to an end around now, so it'd be good to see if we could say good riddance to mountain cedar, at least for the time being. All right, here's a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast. Temperatures will be climbing to near 70 degrees this afternoon under mostly cloudy skies. We'll be seeing temperatures fall back down into the 60s. Closer to midnight, some drizzle will start and develop overnight. More on that chance for light rain coming up in a bit.
We are just a few days away from the Basura Bash. It's an annual event to clean up San Antonio's waterways. And yes, your help is needed.
Tiffany Huertas explains how your efforts could help our local environment.
From the Salado Greenway to Martinez Creek, so people can get involved very close to their home.
Basura Bash, the 28th annual citywide cleanup event, takes place this Saturday.
We pay attention to our watershed, and when it rains, all our trash, all our water, everything comes down to the lowest point, and that's our creeks. So you take a hike around these creeks and you'll find some trash pretty quick.
Last year, more than 1,800 people participated, and they collected more than 22 tons of trash. Charles Blank with the nonprofit River Aid San Antonio is one of the organizers and takes us around one of the sites they will focus on.
We're on Salado Creek, about 100 yards from the Tobin Trailhead, and this site's notorious for bulk items.
This is just one of 22 sites that will be cleaned this weekend. In the past, they found everything from plastics, mattresses, and even a boat.
We have 3 tributaries that really need some volunteers. We have Martinez Creek, we have Rodriguez Park, and then we have Culebra Creek.
Blank hopes they have more volunteers participating this year.
If we don't protect these environments, they will become degraded, and we won't have any wildlife in our city, and our ecology will unfortunately degrade.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
And the weather for the Basura Bash, that is the big question this weekend, along with, of course, all the people who are wandering around on the rodeo grounds.
Yeah.
You know, we generally expect the weather to change when it's rodeo time.
This is that time of year when we get all different kinds of weather. Think about this. 2 years ago, we were just getting ready for that devastating winter storm across Texas. 2 years ago. It started today. All right, let's go ahead and take a look outside right now. We're going to have some warm weather over the coming days. Temperatures will be near 80 degrees by Wednesday. Outside right now, 63, some holes in the clouds out there. It is fairly cloudy though, and we've got winds from the south-southeast at 15 miles per hour. Those winds are going to continue to be strong throughout the evening into tomorrow as well. As we look at the clouds and temperatures, again, you can see very clearly holes in the clouds at 62 in Helotes, 62 in Hondo, 60 in Bulverde, still in the upper 50s in parts of the hill country. Kerrville 56, 59 in Canyon Lake, and 56 in Bandera. A wider view here, fairly cloudy in Del Rio where it's still 60 degrees, but it's already 70 in Cotulla. They've had a little bit more sunshine out there. And even when we look at the weather setup and some of the radar composites, you can see there's a little bit of light reflectivity up there in parts of the hill country. A lot of that is just sprinkles at the surface. A lot of it's evaporating before it hits the ground, but we are starting to see the humidity rise just a little bit with dew points back into the 50s, but it still feels pretty pleasant outside. As you look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast, here's how your afternoon shakes out. For the evening commute, we'll be near 70 degrees with breezy conditions, mostly cloudy skies. And then tonight after the sun sets close to 6:30, temperatures will be mild, only in the 60s. Notice though, as we head closer to midnight, we start to see rain chances pick up a little bit. Now, this is not going to be good soaking rainfall for us. Instead, we're really only looking at drizzle and pockets of light rain out there, patchy drizzle at the most too. And one thing that we're noticing is that Pacific moisture is starting to increase. That's why you're seeing the clouds right here. We've got high pressure system over the Gulf of Mexico, low pressure system out in Baja California. That's funneling in that Pacific moisture. Now, most of the time, this would be a good thing if we wanted rain chances. But unfortunately, the timing is a bit off. All the ingredients aren't really coming together, mainly because this trough of low pressure is moving fast, so it's going to get here before we have all that good rich moisture in our atmosphere, and it's going to be moving to the north. So areas like the Panhandle and Oklahoma City and Dallas-Fort Worth, they're going to be the real winners when it comes to rainfall from this low. Here in San Antonio, again, only drizzle for us, and you can see that on the Futurecast. This is a look at midnight. And as we head into 3 o'clock in the morning, while most of us are sleeping, we'll still be looking at some drizzle. That front will be moving through in the pre-dawn hours tomorrow. So even for the morning commute, we're not expecting any kind of dampness. And then behind that, it's going to get very windy tomorrow. We'll see wind gusts of up to 35 miles per hour in San Antonio, even up to 40, 45 miles per hour up in the hill country. That's where there is a wind advisory through about noon tomorrow. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll talk about fire danger, what that's like in the coming days as well. But again, notice we're going to warm up pretty quickly. By Wednesday, we'll be at 80 degrees. Then a potent cold front arrives Wednesday night into Thursday. That'll make it windy, and our highs will only be in the 50s for the second half of the week. So dress for spring through Wednesday, winter through the end of the week. And I do think we'll have another light freeze on Friday morning, guys. So not great planting weather just yet. We've got to get through our final freezes. David and Ursula.
No tomatoes in the ground just yet.
Not yet.
All right. Thank you.
Kansas City still in party mode after the big Super Bowl win last night, and the Spurs are headed down the wrong record-breaking road, literally and figuratively.
Football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
It is all smiles for Kansas City Chiefs fans after the team added Super Bowl champs to its resume again. ABC's Morgan Norwood has some of the highlights from last night's game.
Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57.
The Kansas City Chiefs once again hoisting up the iconic Vince Lombardi trophy, this time after a comeback win over the Philadelphia Eagles with just 8 seconds left in the game.
To be down to a team like that and to come back and win the game, I wish I'd make it easier and not be down, but I feel like I play better when we are down.
And the first ever Super Bowl matchup between two starting black quarterbacks, Mahomes and Hurts, putting on a show and an instant classic. Eagles' Jalen Hurts setting up a Super Bowl record with 3 rushing touchdowns, including this one on the game's opening drive. And Patrick Mahomes playing on an injured ankle, going home with the Super Bowl MVP trophy to match his season MVP hardware. And while the Chiefs still celebrate, the stage still sizzling after Rihanna's halftime performance. And while she didn't introduce a new song, she did reveal a new baby bump as she wowed fans from a floating platform in the sky. Her rep confirming her growing family to ABC News. And like every Super Bowl, the night full of tradition and tribute. The medical workers who helped save the life of Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin honored. Hamlin opening up about his remarkable recovery in an interview with GMA's Michael Strahan.
I'm doing great. Every morning, every morning, every night, I take 10 deep breaths to myself, and it puts everything in perspective for me.
And as for the Super Bowl celebrations, Patrick Mahomes pausing amid the euphoria and uttered the iconic phrase, "I'm going to Disneyland." Of course, Disney is the parent company of ABC News. Super jealous, by the way. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
So the NFL season now over, but football is still alive and well with the brand new XFL. San Antonio fans who missed the Commanders have a new team to cheer for, the San Antonio Brahmas. The team actually works out in Dallas, around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, near the big racetrack up there. Then they come to San Antonio to play their home games in the Alamo Dome. This past weekend, head coach Hines Ward and some of his players came to town to meet some of the fans over at Alamo Beer Company. We asked Coach Ward how 2 of his former coaches when he played for the Steelers in the NFL, Bill Cowher and Mike Tomlin, helped form his current coaching style.
I just learned so much from them and the approach to the game and the mindset. So me being in Pittsburgh for so many years is all I know. So I've seen success. I know what it looks like. And now getting the opportunity to, one, learn from 2 great coaches, but also put my own style and flavor to it. So that's why they say I'm a player's coach, because I know what it feels like to have dead legs at practice. So sometimes you got to listen to your body. You got to pull back a little bit. And I've done that, and they've been so appreciative of that. And it's helped our team kind of get to where we want to go. So I told them my job is to make sure I get them to the party, and now when they're at the party, it's time to show out and let the fans know all the hard work that they put into it is going to pay off.
Hopefully no dead legs at the party this weekend. They're going to help kick off the new XFL season Sunday, 2 o'clock in the Dome, when they host St. Louis, and you can watch it live right here on KSAT12 if you can't make it down to the Alamo Dome. It is not a record the Spurs will probably buy to be proud of, but they could said it. Yep, the longest losing streak in Spurs history is 13 games, set back in 1988-89. Right now, the Spurs are just one loss. You cringe when you think about this. One loss away from tying that record. This comes after Saturday night's road loss to the Hawks. They had a chance to stop the losing streak Friday night with double overtime loss to the Pistons. With all the changes made at the trade deadline, the Spurs starting lineup was brand new, unable to capitalize on an opportunity against one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. And to rub a little salt into the wound, DeJounte Murray helped Atlanta beat the Spurs, but regardless of his chatter on social media, the Spurs still keep in touch with Murray.
I was going through a shooting slump early in the year, and I think it was like right after my game, he touched me. Like I'm watching, you know what I'm saying? Keep shooting, you fine. You know, it happened to the best of them, you know, and, you know, it felt, as you know, he's in Atlanta, I'm in San Antonio, but it felt like, you know, we right there together. It's no different, you know, he still that big brother figure to me.
When someone like that, you know, moves on for whatever reason, you always remember him, you always stay in touch, and wish them well. He was fantastic for us. He's a sweet man.
All right, two more before the rodeo road trip takes a break for All-Star Weekend. They take on the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight in Cleveland, and then it's the Charlotte Hornets Wednesday night, and then it's All-Star Weekend. We will be right back. Coming up next.
We want to bring you some late-breaking news on the city's south side. A man shot outside of a southeast side pediatrician's office this morning after showing up while his ex-girlfriend and child were inside for a doctor's visit. San Antonio police saying that according to a sergeant on the scene, the man who fired the shots was a family member who said he was there to protect the woman and the child because she was afraid. SAPD said there has been a history of contention between the woman and the father of the child, so she asked her brother to go to the appointment with her. The woman's brother was waiting in the car when the woman's ex-boyfriend showed up.
During a short altercation, the brother shot the woman's ex-boyfriend. The man in his 30s had injuries that were described as life-threatening. The shooter told police he was defending himself. The shooting is still under investigation.
We want to bring you the latest now. The fallout from that devastating earthquake that killed more than 33,000 people in Turkey and Syria. There is growing outrage as Turkish officials turn their sights on the builders. However, as Marcus Moore explains, critics say the government played a role in those poor construction standards.
Chances of finding survivors are fading. Here, a 10-year-old girl is pulled from the devastation 147 hours after the earthquake. Every successful recovery considered a miracle. After nearly 7 days underneath this building, rescuers in Hatay reached 17-year-old Asya. I'm not hurt. I fell directly into a hole, she responds. Through the mangled rebar, they pull her out to safety. And we first met the family of 17-year-old Adnan Muhammad Kirkut as they held vigil outside his destroyed apartment in Gaziantep. The teen telling us he ate flowers in the family living room to survive. Rescuers freeing him from that tomb 94 hours after the quake. Following his release from the hospital, we were with Adnan as he returned to that scene, where it seemed the gravity of what he survived is only just beginning to set in. He told us, "I don't know what to say. I have no words." Turkish President Erdogan's government now facing increasing frustration for what's being called a slow and inadequate response. The humanitarian crisis worsening. Millions of survivors now homeless and with scarce food supplies, forced to find refuge in tents and makeshift shelters amid the rubble in sub-freezing temperatures. And the road to recovery will be very difficult. This is what the powerful earthquake did to some of the roads here in this region. The earth has opened up and there are massive slabs of asphalt left cracked and broken. It's one of the reasons why it was difficult to get aid to some of the rural areas. The search efforts now continue across this region. Marcus Moore, ABC News, Pazarcık, Turkey.
Meantime, back here at home, we are continuing to follow local efforts to help people in Turkey and Syria affected by that deadly earthquake. The Raindrop Foundation sent donations through the Turkish embassy in Houston on Sunday. They're continuing to collect things like baby formula, heating elements, and monetary donations to help survivors of the quake to rebuild their lives in this year's after this tragedy. Ferhat Öztürk says he knows about a long recovery after the 1999 earthquake in Turkey, and he hopes what they send will show the people of Syria and Turkey that they are not alone.
Our help, hopefully, they will be able to, with our humanity's help, we will be able to, help them to invigorate what they have, what they had before.
So far, the Raindrop Foundation has raised more than $800,000. Their goal, $1 million. We've got a link on KSAT12 where you can donate to the organization Embrace Relief.
The way people work, how they work, and where they work. It's been changing over the last few years. We did see a huge shift from work from home during the pandemic. As Max Massey shows us now, those co-working ideas and spaces could be the future of our workforce.
We raise money for oil and gas exploration, mostly here in Texas.
Jason is the CEO and co-founder of Veritex, one of the many companies now housed in this Venture X on the Northwest side.
You have a sense of community. You have a sense of being able to have other people help you build your brand. And it gives you a very cost-effective way to come to work.
Jim Garrett owns Venture X Northwest, and he's seen a real shift in working in real time.
CBRE has invested $300 million in co-working spaces. You've had an explosion of growth with us. So we've gone from one space about 6 years ago to, in total, about 140 spaces right now.
We've already seen immense growth in the co-working spaces around the country and around San Antonio, and this could just be the start.
We've got about another 200 in some stage of development. And what you're going to find is that even though it's about 5% of the workforce now, in 10 years, it's going to be about 30% of the workforce.
Jim tells me they're looking at building another 4 locations. They're also looking down in Houston, San Marcos, College Station, and Waco. And he isn't the only one who sees setups like these the working way of the future.
I do think it's the future of the workforce because while working at home is viable for some industries, it's not viable for every industry. And there's a huge difference in accountability and there's a huge difference in the ability to perform when you go to a place.
Max Massey, KSAT12 News.
Americans who are currently in Russia are being told to depart the country as soon as possible. A travel advisory from the U.S. State Department says U.S. citizens should, quote, exercise increased caution due to the risk of wrongful detentions. The advisory also says Russian security services have previously arrested Americans, denied them fair treatment, and then convicted them despite no credible evidence. According to the State Department, Russian security services are also targeting foreign and international organizations that they deem, quote, undesirable.
We're taking a look outside with live cam. Get on the roller coaster. Strap yourself in because it's going to be a wild ride this week.
We're going up the roller coaster right now. Temperatures are going to be near 80 degrees by Wednesday, and then a stronger cold front arrives and send us right back into winter. First, though, let's get through the day today. Here's a look outside with current conditions, some clouds and temperatures. Seeing a break in the clouds right now over San Antonio for the most part, so those temperatures are going to climb. Right now we're in the low 60s, but we're expecting a high temperature near 70. Winds are also starting to pick up slightly. We're seeing an occasional wind gust of up to 20-25 miles per hour, especially closer to the coast. Now, the winds are going to be a big factor in the coming days. Tomorrow, we'll see wind gusts of up to 30-35 miles per hour. It'll still be breezy on Wednesday, but then again on Thursday, wind gusts of up to 30-35 miles per hour entirely possible. And with that, here's a look at that temperature roller coaster. Tuesday, tomorrow, Valentine's Day, 75, 80 on Wednesday. Strong cold front arrives, 50s Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll be back to talk about our rain chances increasing in the overnight hours, although you'll probably be disappointed when it comes to rainfall totals. We are still in a drought. David, Ursula.
Wow, that's hard to believe. All right, an attempt to bake a cake into a recipe. It turns into a recipe of disaster, actually. Why these two had to call 911 for help.
Channing Tatum went up against 2 James Cameron epics at the weekend box office. We'll let you know who came out on top, and we've got some estimates for this weekend's top 5 films.